Now, what are the applications of the Human Genome Project? So, mapping of the genome will help us a lot. Like for example, first thing, it enhances the basic understanding of the human genetics. Second, it will reveal the genes which are responsible for diseases. Third, it leads to the treatment of genetic disorders through gene therapy. Gene therapy topic again will come in biotechnology. That's why these things are only given in basics in genetics. Details will come in biotechnology. The next application possible is it helps in planning genetically modified diets, and then the next one, it provides information that will help prevent the inherited diseases in the case of human. So now, what are the salient features of the human genome? This all is copied from the NCERT because it's tough to read in the video, so I thought I should better write and present in front of you. So the human genome, the salient features of human genome are, so there are 12 points which I have written, copied from the NCERT. Those 12 points are: the human genome has 3.1647 billion nucleotides base pairs. Second is the sizes of the genes vary greatly. So it's not like all genes are big or all are small in size. They are variable in their size. Average gene size is 3000 base pairs. But the largest known human gene is dystrophin gene, or Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is present on the X chromosome, and this gene has 2.4 million base pairs. So this is the largest human gene, or you can say largest gene in the human genome. The beta globin gene, insulin gene, they just consist of less than 10 kilobases. Now the next is human genome consists of about 30,000 genes, much lower than the previous estimate of 80,000 to 140,000 genes. 9/10 of our genes are identical to that of mouse, and we have more than twice as many genes as the fruit fly, and 6 times more genes than when we compare with the Escherichia coli. This is just to compare between the various organisms. The chromosome first has the maximum genes. Remember, chromosome first was the last chromosome to be sequenced also. Please remember, because it is the chromosome which is largest and has the maximum genes. So this one was the last one or the latest one to be coded. So the chromosome first has the maximum genes, and that is 2968 genes, 2000, and the Y chromosome has the minimum number of genes, that is the 231 genes. So just remember these numbers, these digits are generally asked in the board exams also. So the maximum number of genes are on first chromosome, 2968 genes, and the Y chromosome has minimum number of genes, 231 genes. Now the fifth point is the functions of over 50% of discovered genes are unknown. So that means a large number of genes have been discovered, but still a good amount of research is still required because their functions are not known. And what scientists so far understand is less than 2% of genome codes for protein. That means a very small amount of genetic material is basically for protein formation. Then almost all 99.9% of nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all humans. Only 0.1% of human genome represents the variability. So only this much of our DNA is different. If you look at human being, every one of us looks so different, except for identical twins, monozygotic twins. So 99.9% of genome is same in all of us, and we are not identical twins. But 99.9% DNA is same. So just 0.1% of genome is responsible for the variations we see among us. Then the repeated sequences make up a large portion of human genome. So there is a good amount of there is a good amount of the DNA which is repeated DNA, and these repeated sequences are the nucleotide sequences that are repeated many times, sometimes 100 times, sometimes 1000 times. So there is a great variation in the repetition, and they do not have any direct coding functions, but they shed light on the chromosome structure, chromosome dynamism, as well as evolution. There are about 1.4 million locations where single base DNA differences, which is called as single nucleotide polymorphism, pronounced as SNPs, SNPs are pronounced as SNPs, occur in human genome. Don't worry, all these things, because you're reading for the first time, polymorphism is coming up in DNA fingerprinting. I will explain this in detail. Occur in human genome. Such observations help in finding chromosomal location for disease associated sequences and tracing the human history. Approximately 1 million copies of short 5 to 8 base pair repeated sequence. Now you can understand from here, when we say 5 to 8 base pairs, that means we are talking about microsatellites. So there are microsatellites, because if you still remember, I told you 200,000, so it means it's approximately 1 million copies, because there are always data difference in the books as well as in the internet. So approximately 1 million copies of short 5 to 8 base pair repeated sequences clustered around centromeres. Centromeres are the primary constriction in chromosomes, as well as near the end of chromosome, that means the telomeres. So somewhere around centromeres and telomeres, the scientists have discovered microsatellites, and these sequences are called as the junk DNA. So I hope this topic of human genome is understood. Remember one thing, in board exam, the questions from this topic will come strictly based on the NCERT. So it is better if you read this topic line by line from NCERT, and whatever words are tough for you, just message in the WhatsApp group, and I will be discussing that in the next video again.